Hi, today we are going to review the Canon 7200 f2.8 L series with image stabilizer. Basically, looking at the anatomy of this lens, we see a few words written here. So let's get into what these words actually mean. There's the word EF written here, which actually refers to the electronic focus. Basically, the autofocus is in the lens itself. That's all that this means. The letter L does not really have a definite meaning. They just refer to a series of lenses which are slightly expensive and really premium. Then you have the word USM written, which is the ultrasonic motor that is used in this lens. The main function of this motor is to make shooting very silent. So it kind of reduces the noise once you release the shutter. As far as the optics are concerned, focusing as well as zooming happens within the lens itself. So for example, if you are shooting a picture with any other lens and you're zooming in and out, you will have the lens actually going out and going back in, which does not happen in case of this lens. Everything happens internally, so no part of the lens is protruding forward. Let's go into the other advantages or the prime benefits of owning or using this lens. It's an extremely fast lens, which means it has a very fast aperture as well as focusing. You will never have to hunt the focusing points down. It's a very easy way with which you can focus using this lens. It's a very quiet lens, it's not noisy at all. So you are not, you're not making like a huge sound and probably, drawing too much attention of the subject that you're shooting. The large focal length range, that is 70 mm to 200 mm, lets you shoot a variety of subjects which are at varying distances from you. So this is a very big advantage of this lens. Most professionals use this lens because of its superb performance. The corner performance also is really very decent. So on a full frame body, if you're shooting at f2.8, the vignetting that happens at the corners is not too evident, nor does it look too ugly. However, if you want to minimize even that vignetting that happens, all you need to do is just go to f4, which is the optimum aperture with which you can increase contrast, reduce the vignetting and have better sharpness. People question the IS version of this lens because the IS version is priced slightly higher. What I would like to tell you about the IS version is that this lens has two image stabilization modes. So the first mode is very apt or very useful for shooting basic scenes, people or everyday things, whereas the second mode, which is an additional feature, helps you to shoot panning shots. So you want to pan something, you want to blur the background and freeze probably a car or anything in the foreground. This image stabilization feature will help you a great deal. As far as its tolerance to very dusty or moist conditions goes, this lens is moderately or partially weather sealed. Hence you have to be really careful as to where you store it. Ideally, the best way of sealing it is by using a front filter. Lastly, to conclude, the two things that slightly go against this lens is one, its heavy weight. It's a very heavy lens if you want to shoot handheld images for a very long duration. However, that problem gets solved if you are going to shoot by mounting this lens onto a tripod, as most professional photographers who use this lens generally do mount it on a tripod, whether it is shooting wildlife or sports photography or even portrait or fashion photography. The second thing is, of course, the high price. That again, that's the price you actually pay for making some magnificent quality images which are absolutely print ready and which may require little or no post processing. So yeah, overall it's a wonderful